Hey everyone, it's Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life, and today I want to explain how I stretch canvas on a panel and why I do that, and just it's been kind of amazing how it's really helped with a lot of issues. There's a few challenges I have had painting just on panels. One, when I paint on these panels, they get really heavy, and I'm talking about, this is a cradle panel that I work on. These have about an 1/8 inch wood surface on the top of them. You know, it's a Russian birch, and they're cradled panels, and they're kind of heavy, but you get a lot of paint on them. They get really a lot heavier when they get really big, you know, over 6 feet. And I can lift them up and work with it. But what I realized is when I was at the gallery and they were trying to pull some paintings out, and pretty much everyone on the planet's smaller than me, and especially like that, I just saw how hard it was for the folks at the gallery. Most of the people, a lot of the salespeople are women, and they're smaller than me, and it's heavy. And so I realized, like, this is hard for people. And if they're going to pull out art, I want my art to be able to be pulled out easily for people. So that was a challenge, and it is hard because they get heavy. So that's a challenge. Also, I've been having warping problems even though I shellac both sides and I'm really careful, and you know, the whole thing with sending your paintings to a mountainous, like higher altitude, drier climate, I've been having some warping problems. So that's another thing that is a bummer about just working on these panels. The third thing is that delivering them is really expensive. And if I want to do a show in Europe or whatever, it's very expensive to send paintings back and forth. $1,000 a painting. And even in the United States, you know, you have to have a truck and you move all these things. So the workaround that I've been playing around with, that I've been doing the last year, is working on canvas. And what I work on is a double weight, heavyweight canvas, cotton canvas, and it's triple primed. And I've left a link here in this vlog where you can get what I use. You can use whatever you want, but this is just what I use. I want it to be really, really thick, so the painting, so I can scrape and do everything I would normally do on a panel. I rolled the painting up this way so you could just see the weave of the canvas and, you know, what it's like. But just as an aside, you don't want to roll the painting up this way once you're done with it. You want to roll it up the other way so the paint is on the outside. But how this works is you get this panel, you have a panel in your studio, and here's mine. And then you get your canvas. And if this is my panel, let's say this is 4 feet by 4 feet, you want to have your canvas, your piece of canvas, this wants to be 6 inches more on all sides. You really want to have a lot so you can stretch it onto the panel. And, you know, we use these stretcher tools to pull the canvas. And basically what you do is you're going to use a staple gun. We use 3/8 inch 10 millimeter staples in a staple gun. And what you do is the important thing is you want to start there. You pin it in the middle, and then you pin it down here, and then you pin it over here, and then you pin it over here, and you gradually work towards the edges on the stapling. And you don't have to go crazy with it. You just kind of want to tighten it on. The canvas is already primed, so it's not like you can stretch it a lot, but you're just going to get it really tight, and it's going to be on top of this panel. And then you've got, you know, you fold the edges and everything, and then you're just working on the canvas on top of the panel. And what I like is that it allows you to push on the canvas and scrape and do everything that I was doing on a panel. But then I can remove this once the painting's dry, peel it off, and then I take I have a panel that's a stretcher bars that have been created already. And you can order these. I'll show you a link where you can order these, but you can make these yourself or get them, but they have to be the same size, obviously, as your panel. the thing is, I always get these panels and I make these stretcher bars. And if this, let's say, is 4 feet, I make my stretcher bars about a 1/4 inch shorter on each side. So 1/8 of an inch all the way around at least, because it's never perfectly accurate, the square. And I don't want to end up with the canvas coming up and not having the painting. So the painting is a little bit bigger, so when you stretch it over, it allows for you to get all the art onto your painting. So, and it's important that, I don't know if you can see this, that the kind of stretcher bar you use is, this is champy, it goes away, so the canvas is in the air here, and it doesn't touch. It's not like you're getting this big square mark here. But what's cool about this is it's so much lighter. And also, if you have a show or if you want to send a large painting to a gallery, you can take it off of your panel. You keep the panel to make another painting, so you save money there. And then you can roll it up like this, and you can send your canvas to the gallery or a frame place, a stretcher bar place nearby that gallery, and have them make this on site, and then just drive that over to the gallery. And it's so much cheaper. Theoretically, you could take a whole show and just FedEx it in one package. You just roll all these paintings together. So if you want to work in Europe, if you want to be in different places, that's the real benefit of it. And I love working on canvas. So that's the process that I use, and it's working really well. I just really tired of, the bigger the canvas panel has gotten, the more likelihood it is to warp. It's really hard to keep a giant wall from warping. And it's also really heavy. So this is the workaround. And I've had a lot of questions about this. So hopefully this answers. But if you have more questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I actually don't do this. Michael, who works on my team, is amazing at this. And I asked him all his notes and everything, and I think I got them all, but I might have missed a few things. So go ahead and leave your comments. And if you do this, let us all know how you do this, because I'm sure there's other cool ways to do it. So thanks a lot. Hope your Sunday's going great. Please leave a comment, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.